Welcome in the class of engineering mechanics. This is 7th lecture of unit 5. So, today we are going to talk on topic rotation of rigid body. Okay. This is the topic for today's discussion, rotation of rigid body. In previous classes we talked we solved few problems of circular motion. Okay. Today we are focusing our discussion on rotation. Okay. So, in circular motion when the particle was moving in a circle. Okay. So, at this point, say this point is A, at this point say this is point B. Okay. If here it is a velocity, is the velocity is the velocity is v. Okay, is the velocity is v at time t, and at this point if the velocity is at t plus dt या delta t. Okay, here we have used dt. So, let us write as dt, okay, for small elements dt, okay, from A to B. Okay, from A to B. Since if the speed, okay, if the speed is remains same, but the direction of the velocity, okay, it is going to change. That's why there is the change in that's why there is change in velocity, and if there is change in velocity, then it will have the acceleration, okay, that we have discussed. And the centrifugal force, V is equal to centrifugal force V square by R, that was acting, okay, towards center, okay. Today we are focusing that if the body is rotating, at any axis, say here it is at this axis. Okay, if this distance is say r, okay, at certain distance say r, okay, and within some duration, it is from A to B, okay, and the time taken, and if the time taken is t, okay, if the time taken okay, time taken is dt, actually time taken is dt, okay, then it is rotating, say it is rotating with angular velocity, say omega. So, omega, okay, and the displacement here, say it is d theta, okay, displacement here say d theta, okay, here d theta, okay. So, what is the angular velocity? What will be the angular velocity? Angular velocity will be the rate of this displacement. Okay, in case of rotation, we are observing that at point A, okay, this was the axis, okay, and here this is the axis, and the displacement is delta t, and it is moving in axis with rotation with some angular velocity, say it is omega. So, omega can be defined by d theta by dt, okay. Say RPM is n, okay, say RPM is equal to n, okay. We if a body is moving with RPM n, okay, RPM n. So, RPM means revolution per minute, RPM, okay, if n is the RPM, okay, RPM revolution per minute. So, number of revolution in per second, it will be how much? It will be n by 60, number of revolution per second, it will be n by 60, Okay. Therefore, what will be the angular velocity? Angular velocity will be n upon 60, okay, n by 60 number of revolution, okay, and one revolution completes 2 pi 360 degree. So, if we are calculating it in radian, okay, it is if we are if we want to calculate it in radian, then 2 pi will be multiplied. So, omega is n by 60 into 2 pi, okay, omega is this one, omega is 2 pi and 60, okay. And if t is the time, and if the t is the time required to complete one revolution, okay, and what will be its value? Its value will be simple 60 by n. So, we will get this one relation, okay, in angular velocity, okay, in angular velocity, okay, angular velocity, okay. If it has the angular velocity, then depending upon the change in the angular velocity, it may have angular acceleration, it may not, it may have the angular acceleration, okay, and that can be defined by rate of change of this angular velocity, okay, and by putting omega as d theta by dt, okay, we can write it as d2 by d2 theta by dt square, okay, and finally, we can also write it as d omega by d theta into this. So, we can have omega into d omega by d theta, as we did in case of linear translation, okay, linear motion, okay. What we did, a is equal to v into dv by ds, okay, that was the expression, which we have derived, okay. So, based on the rate of change of angular acceleration, okay, angular motion can be, okay, if alpha is 0, okay, angular acceleration, this is alpha, and in linear motion it was a, okay, okay, and omega, it was in linear motion, it was v, okay, okay. So, if alpha is equal to 0, angular motion will be uniform, and means omega will be constant, okay, angular velocity will be constant throughout the time, okay, if alpha is 0, okay. If it is moving with constant velocity, okay, if constant is constant speed, okay, in constant speed, then 0. If a is constant, if alpha is constant, then angular motion is said to be non-uniform, means now angular velocity will be the function of f t, okay, function of time, it will be the function of time, okay. And if acceleration is the function of time of order 1, then it is said to be non-uniform, and the angular velocity will be the function of order time with order n plus 1, okay, n plus 1, okay. So, let us derive equations, okay, let us derive the equation of rotation. As we did in linear motion, we can derive different equations in the same manner, okay. For uniform angular motion, uniform angular motion means omega is constant, means alpha is equal to 0, okay. So, we will have omega is equal to d theta by dt, means omega dt by d theta, omega can be taken out, okay, in the integration. So, omega t is equal to theta, okay. In linear motion, what we did, okay, in place of omega, v was there, t means t, and s, theta, in place of theta it was s, in linear motion, okay, okay. In non-uniform angular motion, okay, if alpha is constant, okay, if constant, okay, then we can write alpha is equal to d omega by dt. For alpha dt equals to d omega. Now integrating both side in proper limits. Okay. So since alpha is constant, so it can be taken outside from the integral. So by integrating from t equal to 0 to t. Okay. And right side from angular velocity from omega naught to omega. So we get this one equation. Okay. And if we are comparing this, okay, so we will be what a t is equal to omega for v and omega naught is for u. So this is the first equation of motion, v is equal to u plus a t. Okay, same result is here. Okay. Similarly, setting second equation of motion, we can use omega equals to d theta by dt. Okay, means omega dt equals to this. Okay, by integrating it is in proper limits. Okay, and by putting a value of omega. Okay, here omega is not constant. So by putting omega equals to omega naught plus alpha t. Okay, so we will get this one equation. And after comparing this, we will get omega t means ut plus half alpha means a t square is equal to s is the second equation of the motion. Okay. So, and similarly, we can have this one equation. Okay. It is similar to v square is equal to u square plus 2 a s. Okay. It is similar to that. Okay. How it how it has been derived? By taking alpha is equal to omega into d omega by d theta. Okay. Therefore, alpha into d theta that equals to omega into d omega. Okay. Now integrate both side in proper units. Okay. Means d theta means theta equals to 0 to 3 theta. Okay. We will get alpha into theta. Okay. By integrating right hand side from omega naught to omega, we will get half of this one. So we will get another equation of motion. Okay. This by comparing you get this. Now what is the tangential velocity? What is the relation between tangential velocity and angular velocity? It is very simple to find. We know that okay, we if we have a point A and after some time it reaches at point B. Okay, it is some point B and say it travels a distance ds. Okay, within certain time d theta. Okay, Okay, say d theta. Okay, so we will be what? Ds by dt. It will be ds by dt. Okay, ds by dt and ds will be what here? Ds will be, if this distance is r, so r into d theta. Okay, by putting r into d theta by dt. Okay, so r is constant, so it is taken from outside. So d theta by dt it is omega. So we are getting v is equal to r omega. Okay, it means what? Okay, it means what? It means since r is constant, omega is variable. Okay, okay, if omega is constant, so if in a plate which is rotating with constant speed omega, means this one distance, this one will have r1 distance and this it will have r2 distance, means this one ring will have higher velocity as compared to this one. Okay, this one ring will have the higher velocity and this extreme plate that will have highest velocity, tangential velocity, because continuously value of r is changing. Okay, r is increasing. Okay. Radial acceleration that we have derived v square by r. Okay, if we are putting the value of v equal to r omega, then r omega square we will get. Okay, tangential acceleration that is important. Okay, a is equal to dv by dt. Okay, by putting dv will be since r is constant, so r into d omega by dt. So what is d omega by dt? It is alpha. So linear acceleration alpha a, it is related with r into alpha. Okay, it is the angular acceleration, it is the linear acceleration, and the multiplication is r, multiplication with r. Okay. This is the distance from the rotating axis, right. Okay. Next we talk about we talk on kinetics of rigid body. Okay. Let us talk on this topic. Okay. If consider a wheel, okay, a wheel, it is rotating about this axis, and consider we have considered as a small element. Okay. Let us consider a small element of mass dm. Okay. If mass dm, if it is rotating with certain angular certain rate of angular acceleration. Okay. So, in counterclockwise direction with angular acceleration alpha. Okay. Let del m be the mass of a element at a distance of r, from the axis of rotation. Okay. Then what will be the value of this force? What value will be this force del p? Okay, due to this small element. Okay, due to this small element of the wheel. Okay, so it will be del m multiply by a. Del m multiply by a. What is a? A is the tangential acceleration. A is what? Tangential acceleration, and we in previous slide we have I have told you that A is what? A is r into alpha. A is what? R into alpha. Okay, r into alpha, where r is this one distance. Okay, so del p can be written as del m r into alpha. Okay, that can be written. Okay, so if we want to find the rotational moment about its axis. Okay. Rotational moment if we can find out due to this small element m, del m. Okay. So, it will be del p into r. Okay. By putting the value of del p from here, what we will get? Del m r square into alpha. Okay. And if we are considering for entire area, then the total m will be summation of these two. Okay. So, m is equal to sum of this. So, m r square into alpha, and what is this value? This is mass moment of inertia. This is mass moment of inertia I. So, what we got what we get? We get moment is equal to m is equal to alpha into I. Okay, moment m is equal to alpha into I. Okay. If we are comparing this equation, with linear motion, so this moment m, it is f, alpha it is a, I it is m, f is equal to m into a. Okay. So, the parameter are linked, all the parameters are linked up with linear motion. Okay. So, okay, let us talk on kinetic energy of rotating body. Okay. In linear motion, we know that the kinetic energy is half m v square, Okay. So, what will be here? Okay. It will be half, in spite of m we will use I, in spite of omega v we will use omega square. So, this will be the kinetic energy. Okay. You can derive it very simple. Okay. The kinetic energy, we know that v is equal to r omega. Okay. So, consider small elements as we did in previous case. For a small element del m, the kinetic energy will be del m v square. Kinetic energy of rotating body, it will be summation of all, considering all that. Okay. So, doing this again sum of del m r square, it is moment of inertia I. Okay. So, we got the same result as we compared. So, the let us talk the relationship between linear and angular rotational parameters. So, displacement in case of say linear, okay, in case of say angular. Okay. So, displacement it was s, in angular it is theta, linear velocity it is v, it is denoted by v, linear velocity sorry initial velocity it was u, and in angular it is omega naught, final velocity we represented by v, and it is by omega, acceleration a, here it is alpha, formula for final velocity we have v is equal to u plus at, here what we will have, omega is equal to omega naught plus alpha into t. Okay, formula for displacement, s is equal to ut plus half at square, then here we will get theta is equal to omega naught t plus half alpha t square. Okay, in terms of displacement, formula in terms of displacement. Okay, we have two formulas actually, v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Okay, in linear. So here we have derived as omega square is equal to omega naught square plus 2 alpha into theta, right. Velocity and acceleration, velocity and acceleration, what is velocity v, okay, acceleration velocity by omega, acceleration that we have discussed. Force causing motion, okay, force causing motion, momentum in linear it is m into v, here what will be the momentum, it will be I into omega, okay. And kinetic energy I told you half mv square, and now it will be half I omega square. So the parameters are interlinked with linear motions. Okay. Now solve few questions. Power supply was cut to a power driven wheel when it was rotating at a speed of 900 rpm. Okay. N is given to you 900 rpm means omega that you can calculate. Okay, omega that you can calculate. How? It is 2 pi n by 60. Okay, revolution per minute per second. Okay, omega is what? Revolution per second. Okay, in radian per second. So this is this. So 2 pi n is 900 divided by 60. So it is 0. How much you will get? You will get 30 pi, okay, radian per second, okay, radian per second, okay. Omega, it was observed to come rest, okay, means final omega is equal to 0, okay, after making how many revolutions, n is equal to 360 revolutions, okay, n is equal to 360 revolutions. So you can calculate the displacement, displacement will be what? 2 pi times of 360, okay, 2 pi times of 360, okay. So it is how much? 360 it is 720, it is 720 pi, okay. So this is the in radian, okay. Determine its angular retardation, okay, and time to come to rest after power supply was cut off, okay. So it's a simple question. Wheel was say wheel, it was moving with certain velocity omega, say omega naught, okay. say this one value will be omega naught. Okay. Okay, rotating at speed of this one. Okay. When power was cut, okay, at certain time t, okay, at certain time t, that you will need to calculate, okay, that we need to calculate, but during that this is the displacement, this is the displacement. Okay. So, how we can calculate, omega naught we have. Okay. So, okay, omega naught we have omega. So, we can calculate the this one retardation very easily. Omega is equal to omega naught, okay, plus alpha into t. In case of retardation, it will be negative. So, it is 0 is equal to omega naught, it is 30 pi plus alpha into t. So, the value of t, so the value of t, okay, so the value of alpha t, okay, alpha t, okay, alpha is okay, not known to us t. So, alpha into t is equal to minus 30 pi, okay, it is minus 30 pi. Okay. So, alpha, okay, and one more equation we have, okay, alpha is equal to okay, d omega by dt. Okay. So, okay, no, displacement that is given na. Okay, we will have one more equation, we will have one more equation. Which one? V square, okay, omega square is equal to omega naught plus 2 a means alpha into theta. Okay. From here we can calculate the value of alpha. Okay. Omega is 0, omega naught we have 30 pi square plus, okay, 2 alpha or theta is 720 pi. Okay. So, we can calculate the value of f, it will be minus it, and after calculating it will be minus 1.964 radian per second square, it will be the unit, and by putting this value here we will get value of time. Okay, we will get the time, and time it will be of 48 second. Okay, it will be 48 second. So, this is one question. In second question, angular acceleration of flywheel is given by alpha is equal to by this relation. So, alpha is equal to, alpha means rate of angular acceleration means del w by del omega by del t. Okay, that is given, it is 12 minus t, that is given. Okay, where alpha is the is in radian per second square. Okay, and t is in seconds. If the angular velocity of the flywheel is 60 radian per second at the end of 4 second. Okay. So, the value of omega at t is equal to 4 second. Okay. What is that value? 60 radian per second, 60 radian per second. Okay. Determine the angular velocity at the end of, so we need to find omega at t equal to 6 second. Okay, 6 second. How many revolutions take place in this 6 second? Number of revolution taken in this second means from t equal to 4 to 6, that we need to calculate. So, it is very simple, alpha is given to us, okay, means d omega by dt, it is given. So, simply d omega, what is d omega? D omega we have 12 minus t times of dt. So, integrate it in proper unit, okay, from t is equal to t is equal to from t is equal to 4 to t is equal to 6, okay, and from omega is equal to from 4, okay, from 4 to omega is equal to omega, okay, omega is omega, okay. So, we simply integrate it. So, what you will get? You will get value of omega, that will be 74 radian per second, that will be 74 radian per second. Okay. How many revolutions take place? So, the revolution can be take to calculate the value of revolution, okay, since okay, you can calculate by simply finding the value of omega. It is 12 minus t into dt. So, integrating it, we will have omega in terms of this, okay. Now, it is d theta by dt, okay, it is d theta by dt, okay. Number of revolution, okay, number of revolution means we need to find the value of n, okay. So, try by yourself, okay. The remaining part we will talk in our next class, okay. So, thank you very much.